You said he kind of came out of the, did you say the bush?
Yoga, Bombomti, Chini Tanchu,
And Darrell Brooks, we encountered Darrell Brooks. He came out of the shadows between a couple houses and approached us.
Okay. Now you refer to this person by name. Did you know Mr. Brooks prior to this encounter?
Nope.
Okay. Never met him before?
Correct.
Objection.
And you said he...
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
The objection came after her answer. Her answer will stand. Next question.
You said he kind of came out of the, did you say the bushes?
Now, we know I don't care about what's true and what's not. I'm just here for the giggles. My mans will forever have come out of them bushes in his last moments. His mad dash for freedom.
You said he kind of came out of the, did you say the bushes?
Objection.
What did you say?
Objection.
Oh, overruled. She rephrased. He may answer. She may answer. I'm sorry.
It appeared he came from between two houses, so I don't know exactly where he was.
Okay. And did you notice his appearance when he approached you?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled.
Yes, I did.
What did you notice?
I just remember it was a very windy, cold night, and he was dressed pretty inappropriately for the night. I noticed he was visibly shivering. He had a red short sleeve t-shirt on and was not wearing shoes.
Do you see the same person present in this courtroom here today?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask that Mr. Brooks be instructed to remove his mask and look at the witness so she can properly identify him, please.
Mr. Brooks, please unmask and look at the witness. Sir, would you please unmask and look at the witness? Thank you.
I was writing something down.
All right, thank you. Just want to make sure you...
I promise we ain't want you to take that mask off. Oh my goodness. I just had to say it. I apologize. Every time. The suspense would rise, but I promise you, we ain't want you to see it. Shh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that the gentleman you encountered on the street that you're describing for us, ma'am?
Yes, it is.
Did Mr. Brooks speak to you in any way?
Objection. I do not consent to being called that name.
You may answer.
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled.
He asked if either of us had a phone that he could use. And we said, we hesitated because it was strange. It was a strange encounter. And after what we had just witnessed at the parade, I think we were both pretty much on edge.
All right. So this the too basic to be bougie version. So you know it's bootleg. It ain't fact check. I don't know nothing about nothing. But let me tell you about this one. So if you are not familiar with this case, I'm going to give you guess dates. I believe it was like 2001. I said 2001. 2021. I think it was November. It was a parade. This man knew nothing about this parade. This was not intentional or allegedly, in my opinion. This fool is just a fool. He is a mean ass old man who is used to getting his way in his little life. His little life consisted of this lady that he had this really toxic relationship with, and because it had numbers on it, it had 16 years on it, he felt as if this relationship was going to be a never-ending story, right? Okay, so he got locked up for doing bad things to this lady, right? Because he had to get bailed out, he got upset and he said, you know what, since I did it to you and you got me locked up, you gonna have to give me my money back. You gonna have to pay my mama because my mama need her money. And you know they ain't getting this bail money back anyway, because I probably don't go to court. Okay, he ain't say all that, but again, this is allegedly in my opinion, so mind your business. So he decided this day he was gonna meet up with her. Now mind you, she meeting him in a park because she live in a homeless shelter, so she has no money. He goes to her and he is telling her essentially, give me my money. And he probably was saying, give me some other stuff too. But she was done with him. He must have got a whiff of the alcohol. He don't like the smell of the alcohol on the lady folks. So he commenced to doing what he do best. Evil things, evil things. He got upset because somebody came to her rescue. He couldn't finish what he started and he drove off. Now, if you did not watch my other video, I am going to put the iCard somewhere in this video. I am really bad about timestamps, so it's not going to be right here, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Watch it. Watch it. You'll get an idea of what happened afterwards. He was enraged and he found some other people to take his rage out on. And again, this is just if you've never heard of the case and you want the bootleg version of what happened. He found the parade. He drove through the parade. The parade was actually commencing. There were people in the road. He drove his vehicle on the road for a couple blocks. I think the count count was 67 charges. 6 people lost their lives, but multiple others were injured, as well as his lady folk. Yeah, she was injured as well. I always compare her to Gabby Petito. In my heart of hearts, I'm so glad this lady did not end up going off with him, because if she would have been the only one that perished that day, this wouldn't have even been a story, to be honest. He probably would have went to another state, never been heard of again, might not even went to jail. So I do not wish that this would have happened this way, but I'm glad for her, at least, because she had a horrible life these last 16 years. At least give her a fair shot. But okay, back to that. He ran through the parade. At the end of the parade, one cop did try. I mean, he tried. He did his best. I appreciate you, boo, because you at least made contact with the vehicle. But you lit that fire up under his ass, and he got up out of there. And this is how far he made it. He made it a couple blocks. Driving through yards and shit like that. Who the hell would drive? No. Yeah, he made it a couple blocks. And then he called his savior. Who do you think, when you on the run because you a gangster, you a rapper and all this shit, you carry pistols like now, you know? But no, like, you hard and you tough. Who do you think you call as your savior, like your getaway driver? Who do you call? Okay. Yep, that's Darrell, aka Brooks.
At that point, so
I'm sorry to interrupt you. When you're referring to we, who are you referring to?
sorry, my husband and I.
Okay, go ahead. So he asked for the phone.
Correct.
You kind of pause.
Yep.
And then what'd you do?
And then
Leading.
Overruled. Go ahead, you may answer.
his next words were, "I'm not going to hurt you. I just need to use your phone." And that's when I gave him my phone.
Okay. What did you see him do?
Objection leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
He called his mom.
Could you hear what he was saying on his end?
Yes, I could hear what he was saying.
Could you hear the responses being provided by the person on the other end of the phone?
Objection speculative.
Overruled. You may answer.
No, I could not hear the other side of the conversation.
Okay. Tell us to the best of your memory what you remember Mr. Brooks was saying into the phone.
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name.
Go ahead and answer, please.
Not to be called that name. Thank you.
He just kept asking his mom to call him an Uber. And he wasn't responding to anything that she was asking. He just kept repeating, "Call me an Uber. I need an Uber now."
Did he sound urgent in his voice?
Objection leading.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
How did his voice sound?
There was a sense of urgency that he needed an Uber and he needed it now.
Now, you know, old Dom was over there struggling trying to find a pen. He had to say it about 4 or 5 times for her to understand. Don't talk, just listen. First off, you know how it is talking to old people. If you need something emergency, hey, your house on fire. Your house on fire. You say it's a fire. Yeah, your house on fire. A fire where? I don't see no smoke. Look, it don't matter what you see. The whole house is on fire. Stand up, walk up. You know, Dawn was over there struggling, trying to comprehend and find a pen at the same time because she gotta write the address down. How else the fuck she gonna say? I would have paid money. I give you $1, Dawn, if you got cameras in your house and you want to show us the footage of you trying to get that address down, and then put it in the phone with your hands shaking. Because I know she was shaking, trying to figure out why the fuck. She probably went to the window to make sure she wasn't crazy. Like, wait a minute, he took the truck. Why he not driving it? $1, Dawn. All of us will give you $1. Thumbs up to donate y'all $1, y'all. Come on.
And he was specifically referring to the person he was speaking to by what name?
Mom.
Objection. Leading.
Overruled.
You said the individual you spoke with seemed out of place and disoriented, like he didn't know where he was. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct.
Christmas parade was taking place?
Yes, I was aware of the parade.
Did you attend the parade?
No.
Did you watch the Packer game?
I did watch the Packer game earlier that day, but I was watching the Chiefs-Cowboys game that evening. Or that, I think it was afternoon. I don't know exactly what time it was, but...
Do you recall what happened at approximately 5 o'clock p.m. that day?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled. He may answer.
Yeah, so earlier that day I was in my hometown, Prairie du Chien, for deer season, and then I drove back to Waukesha. I got home in Waukesha, my home in Waukesha, around 4 o'clock, and was watching the game, and then about 5 o'clock my Ring doorbell goes off, and then there's a gentleman at my front porch knocking on the door saying that they're homeless, they're cold, and they need to use my phone so that they can tell their Uber where to pick them up.
What did that gentleman look like?
He was African American. He had long hair and a beard.
Do you remember what he was wearing?
Yeah, he had a red T-shirt, reddish orange T-shirt, and no shoes on, pants. But I remember it stood out to me because it was cold and really windy that day, and he was outside with a T-shirt and no shoes and saying he's really cold, so that stood out.
This is a 20-second clip. I'm going to ask that we play it once with audio.
Hey, I called an Uber, and I'm supposed to be waiting for it over here, but I don't know when it's coming. Can you call it for me, please? I'm homeless.
Can we pull that back up just to look at the timestamp one more time? Thank you. And just for those of us with not the greatest eyesight, would you mind reading that timestamp on the bottom right hand at the beginning of this exhibit?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled.
Yeah, it says November 21st, 2021, and the timestamp says 17:01, so 5:01 p.m.
Okay.
Give me a second to make sure nothing was tempting or anything. But I let him in the back door, and I think I gave him a coat right away, and then gave him my phone, and then told him where to sit down. And when I told him to sit in the spot, he didn't move or anything. He stayed right there and listened to me.
What else did you give him?
I gave him a sandwich because he said he was homeless, and I said, I can get you some slippers to put on your feet to warm your feet up. I never did end up giving him slippers.
Why do y'all think my mans keep laughing at the fact that he ain't had no shoes? He don't feel bad. He legit think it's funny. That's the second time he done laughed. That man had a sandwich in his pocket. He was straight up already a homeless person. And he thought so highly of his life that he was devastated to know that these were his last moments. His last moments were out in the open, sweating, breathing hard, nervous, scared, on the fucking run. No shoes, some old ass jeans that the lady thought was sweatpants. They were so conformed to his body. Raggedy shirt, ain't no coat. You freezing out there. You halfway got your first iPhone with the cracked up screen. Come on now. You wasn't even trying to be a better person. And you thought they was going, oh man, what was the word that he tried to tell them that they could do so they could drop all the charges against him? Because he was innocent, because people can just make up their own laws. What the hell? Who the hell was about to set you free again? Look what you was doing in your last moments. No, boo. We appreciate you. Under the jail. As, what's the lady name? Jay something. The lady be saying that he go under the jail.
But yeah, so I gave him a jacket to wear while he was at my house. I gave him a spot to sit and wait for the Uber and a sandwich.
You testified earlier that he was on the phone with his mom. How do you know that?
Objection. Speculative.
Overruled.
A few reasons. I heard him say "mama" a lot, and his mother called me, and I didn't answer, but his mom called and left a voicemail after the fact, confirming it.
Whose phone was he using while he was inside your house?
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled.
He was using my personal cell phone.
How would you describe his demeanor as he was inside your house?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
I would say flustered, but also there were many times he was thanking me, and so he was grateful, and he even said, "Thank you so much for showing me love, man," and he was calling me bro, and so it wasn't, I guess that didn't make me feel like I was in any danger at the moment.
Oh, the last time he made a friend as a free person. Bro, he was just saying that stuff. He just wanted you to feel comfortable because he a little bit manipulative. But y'all was friends for a minute. We appreciate you. You held him close long enough.
Did Mr. Brooks leave your home at some point?
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name.
Overruled. You may answer.
I'm sorry, I lost train of thought. Can you say it again?
Did he leave your home at some point?
Yeah, he left when I asked him to. So he was in my house for 8 or 9 minutes, and then I was standing on the front door looking outside because I was getting a little nervous because I thought the Uber would be there in a minute or two, not 10. And so after 8 or 9 minutes, I'm looking around outside and I see a police car drive by. And then I see another one coming down the street. And so I tell him, I say, "Hey, we don't get a lot of police traffic on this street, and I'm getting nervous, and this is just too weird of a situation. You're fine to wait for your Uber, but you need to do it outside of my house." And he was a little bit like, "Oh, no, it's okay, don't worry, man, don't worry." And I said, "No, you need to leave." And then he listened and got up, and I've got video footage of that, of me escorting him outside of my house. He's still on the phone, and he's still got my jacket on, but I just said, "You need to leave."
I guess while we're waiting, we can make use of this time. Mr. Ryder, could you read the time and date stamp for us on the bottom right-hand corner?
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's November 21st, 2021, 17:10, so 5:10 p.m.
Okay, we've got it up for the jurors. Let's play this once with audio.
I'm walking Mr. Brooks outside of my house, and my neighbor Greg says, "Are you guys looking for that guy?" And I had no idea of anything at this point, and so I say, "I don't know. This might be him." You can hear that in the audio. I don't know if anybody was able to distinguish that, but that's what was said. And then Mr. Brooks says, "No, no, no." And then I say, "Can I have my phone, please?" And then after that I say, "Can I have my jacket, please?"
Did he provide those items to you?
He did.
This is a 20-second clip. We will play it once with audio, please.
My ID! My ID!
Mr. Brooks, or I should say the suspect, came to my door, asked to come back inside to look for his ID. I said, "No, I'll look for it. You stay out there." And I was looking underneath the couch and everywhere that he sat for his ID when I hear the police officers saying, "Put your hands up." And
did you ever find that person's ID?
No.
Did that person leave anything else inside of your house?
No.
Flip-flops, Sweatshirt?
Nothing.
Objection leading.
Sustained as to the form of the question. Please rephrase that last question.
What, if anything else, did that suspect leave in your house?
I don't.
Objection leading.
Overruled. He may answer.
I didn't find anything left in my house.
Okay. Can we please show for the jury Exhibit 79?
26, block.
This is a 19-second clip. We will play it once with audio.
26, block, 126. Hey, do you know this guy? Absolutely not. Okay.
We've paused at 18 seconds. That's the police officer you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you, just for the record, read for us the time and date stamp on the bottom right-hand corner here at the 18-second mark of exhibit number 79?
Yeah, it's November 21st, 2021, and the time is 17:12:59 seconds, so 5:12 p.m.
The video is a little bit blurry. Do you know where Mr. Brooks is at this point?
Objection leading, and I do not consent to being called that name.
Overruled. The objection's noted. You may answer the question.
Yeah, the suspect is on the east side of my walkway, on the northeast side of my house, in my yard. If you see where those two police officer heads are, the suspect is on the grass right there.
That's all I have for this one.
And then he went to jail. The end. Could you imagine, like, you did something so horrible and you don't even get a moment to sit down and think about options. You don't get to try. He ain't get no goddamn way, y'all. He ain't get but a couple blocks. I know he was heartbroken. That's why he acted the way he acted. He was still holding out hope by some chance he was going to get a chance to run. He thought in those moments in that hospital and in that interrogation, he just might be able to somehow squeeze out one more mistake in the court system and they might let him out on bail. I promise you, allegedly, in my opinion, if they had let him out, he wasn't going to never be found again. The lies. He was going to be found because he ain't that good at hiding, to be honest. But he was damn sure going to try to run. He was going to try to run. Lord, like I said, for Sarah Boone, I don't know if she's going to be locked up forever. But just in case. I got a couple more people that I just like to relive their last moments just walking out on. I value my freedom. I value it. I appreciate you, police and the Lord, that I ain't been locked up ever. And I don't ever want to go in there. It don't seem like no fun. Can y'all imagine being stabbed 22 times by a handmade weapon? And then they take your ass right back to jail? Like, wait a minute. I know I did something bad, but you mean to tell me I get something done bad to me and I got to go back in there with them people? Oh, hell no. Did y'all see that man was only in the hospital for a little while and now he back in jail? Man, the motherfucking jail don't care about you. Bring your ass back on in here and get this time served. Yeah, I ain't gonna make it. And Darrell Dookie Butt, he ain't even got enough life to go ahead and serve his sentence. So I damn sure ain't gonna make it through that. But I guess he cut out for it. Yeah. All right, y'all.